Welcome to Wednesday, and good to be on with you. Hope our Wednesday finds you well, and hope that you had a good day yesterday. On yesterday being Tuesday, hopefully you had a great day. Today, as I said, is Wednesday. It is September the 21st, and today we begin the Rock Ministry here at our church, our children's program. And so I would encourage you, be here if you can, have your young person here if you can, and let's get the word out so that we can get people into God's house. Also, tonight, we will begin a study through the book of Nehemiah in our adult class, and look forward to that study. And it's a very neat educational type study here as we get started, and look forward to studying the life of Nehemiah. And then in our teen group, we're going to be looking at this year for the Rock, be looking at really our young people, their future decisions that they're going to make, and really the next 10 years of their life are some of the biggest that they're going to make for their entire life. And so we're going to try to help them to make good decisions and teach them how to make good decisions, and really kind of give a word of caution and warning as they step into these coming years of their life. I think it'll be a blessing to them. And you may be familiar with maybe the curriculum we're going to use for that. It's called Discover Your Destiny, and look forward to that for our young people. And then our children, they're going to be studying really kind of walking through some, our third through sixth grade, walking through some and looking at the lives of individuals in the Old Testament as they get into the Rock here, and look forward to that. It's just going to be an awesome time in God's house tonight as we proclaim the word. And so I would encourage you to be here for that. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes in already. We better get going here. Proverbs chapter 30. Proverbs chapter 30. And we're going to look down at verse number 21. Really has some unique verses, and these are some difficult ones. They're a little harder to kind of apply here, but we'll do the best that we can. I think there's really one major theme here in these next couple of verses, and it's a theme that we've kind of picked up on here recently in Proverbs 30, and even kind of mentioned often here through Proverbs. So let's look. Proverbs 30 and verse number 21. For three things the earth is disquieted, and for four which it cannot bear. And now let's look at these four things here. It says, for a servant when he reigneth, a fool when he is filled with meat, or he's filled with that which he has eaten. Okay, for an odious woman when she is married. The word odious there is a negative term. Speaks often of hateful, maybe even vengeful a little bit. Towards individuals or situations and things. And a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. Okay, so here's what we've got. And these, as I said, a little bit difficult here as we look through these, but these are four things that they're like four types of people. And the first one being that servant when he reigneth. And really the servant, this type of servant would be one who maybe has come into leadership, and maybe because of mistreatment in the past, or because of his station in life, because he was a servant as he reigns, he rules and reigns really with just one goal, and that is pleasing self and meeting his needs. The fool when he is filled with meat. You consider this type of thing. A fool when he is filled with meat, his belly is full. He's gotten all that he wants, and then maybe overindulged, and can become lazy after that. slothful, maybe even sloppy a little bit. And we see those descriptors of somebody maybe who has overeaten and has really become really a nuisance to people and to individuals. And we could maybe even say maybe a slob a little bit in how they live their life because they've overindulged themselves in food and those types of things. He's filled with meat and foolish in the fact that it has become all about him meeting his needs, his wants, his desires, and he's overindulged rather than being content with such things as he has, rather than just, oh, here it is. Some people, and I've heard this in the last like several weeks. Some people eat to live, others live to eat. The fool lives to eat and overindulges. Now, here in America, we are blessed with much food and abundance of it, and I think we probably tend to live to eat rather than eating to live. And I love to eat. I enjoy good food. I have certain foods that I like, certain restaurants that I like, and all that kind of stuff. But man, when that becomes our motivating factor, uh, we see it in our society with uh, being overweight and those types of things. I know there's other things that go into play with that, but man, when we are gluttons, we are the fool, and when filled with meat, that's kind of something that is intolerable, something that is rubs people the wrong way, we could say. And then verse number 23, we see this further kind of person that is hard to deal with, but for an odious woman when she's married. You think about this type of woman who is hateful, is hard to get along with. When she is married, it compounds it even more and is hard to get along with, and so on. And you may see husbands and all of that who are in a tough spot because maybe that individual who they married maybe has changed a little bit, has become odious, and really the darker side has come out and those types of things. That's a sad thing. And so we see this warning against odious woman, and really somebody who's hard to get along with. And we've looked at several verses here in Proverbs about married men and women being married and hard to get along with certain types of women that are hateful. And I think we've seen the word brawler and maybe a screamer or yeller, though not necessarily those types of words, but defining those words, hard to get along with. And so those are types of intolerable type people. As we look, the three things: the earth is disquieted; it's not the norm, and for four which it cannot bear, that intolerable, hard to get along with. Verse number 4: and a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. This type of individual, okay, a handmaid maybe taking care of her mistress. Has really taken care of this a mistress since they were young, met their needs, provided for them, cared for them, and just was there for them, serving them, and so on. And maybe we see this, maybe good examples, kind of maybe more medieval times, and maybe in those types of movies and all that. I think the old the old Robin Hood with Errol Flynn and all of that kind of stuff. Her Maid Marian and the lady that cared for her, kind of that type of relationship being mentioned here. A maid caring for her mistress, meeting her needs, but here it is. It's somebody with the wrong motivations in caring for a mistress. This maid looking to benefit from the mistress and receive things from the mistress. And when they don't get what they want, man, they're angry, upset, and those types of things, and they seek to. They don't. Their true colors are shown, we could say, and so these four types of people that we've mentioned here are really intolerable. They're hard to get along with. They're hard to bear. We see here in verse number 21. Now, say, okay, Pastor, that's great. Those four individuals. I'm not a maid. I don't think I'm hateful. The odious woman. I don't allow food really to control my life. And man, I enjoy food, but it doesn't really control me in that. And you know what? I'm content with being a servant, and really, there's no opportunity to lead, reign, whatever it might be. So, what are we talking about? At the heart of all of this, these four individuals that are intolerable, that are hard to get along with, that are hard to bear, at the root problem in their life is this one word, this 5-letter word, starts with a P. It's pride. Pride. They think more of themselves than they ought. They think that the world revolves around them. And so as we think, wow, man, those four people, man, that is hard and all that kind of thing. But at the root of it being pride, think in your life now, we all struggle with, we all battle with pride. Pride is a difficult thing to overcome. Sorry about that fly flying through here. Get out of here. Pride is something that we all fight, and we're all encouraged to be humble. We're to humble ourselves. Remember, Philippians tells us, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus." It was that heart of humility. We've seen other times in the Bible where only by pride comes contention. Throughout the book of Proverbs, we've seen this call to humility and this call to overcoming pride. And if we're going to have successful relationships in this life with others, we've got to rid our life of pride and live that life of humility. Listen, if we're going to have successful marriage relationships, we must humble ourselves and recognize that the marriage relationship is not all about me, but is all about our spouse. A parent-child relationship requires humility on the part of the child, humility on the part of the parent, and realizing, hey, it's not about me. It's not about my desires. I've been given a tremendous responsibility to raise up these young people. I'm going to set my desires aside so that I can be a blessing and encouragement, the teacher that I need to be, the parent that I need to be to my child. And that's just two pictures. There are many. The teacher-student relationship. Students have to humble themselves and say, okay, I am here to learn. The teacher has to humble themselves and say, okay, it's not about me. I need to meet the needs of my students. I need to humble myself and teach these students. Admit when I make a mistake, admit when I'm wrong, and teach. The foreman and the worker in the workplace, the laborer in the workplace, which is most everybody has been there, done that, requires humility, and the list goes on. Let's be a people that live in all humility. I'm telling you, you'll see relationships improve as we live in humility. But also, I want you to think about this. We are dealing with people in relationships. And so, although we may humble ourselves, other people may not. They may not get it. And so they need our prayers. And they may live in that with pride in their life, and they may seek to please self and all of that kind of stuff. And so, don't say, oh man, I humbled myself and I'm still getting burned. Oh no, don't have that spirit. Remember what they did to Christ. Jesus humbled himself, and what they did to Jesus, they killed him. And what did Jesus do as he's hanging on the cross? He says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And he cried, it is finished. He still went on. Even though he'd been beaten and abused by the people that he had created, that he'd come to save, he said, Father, forgive them. And he still continued with sacrificing his life, paying our sin debt. We can go back to Romans 5 and verse number 8, which says, but God commendeth his love toward us. What's his love? His passion, his sacrifice on the cross of Calvary. But God commendeth his love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. He humbled himself. Okay, I'm going to leave you those thoughts. I know we went a little long today. Maybe chased a bit of a rabbit there towards the end, but I hope it was a blessing and encouragement to you. I want to encourage you to be in church tonight. We're beginning a new study in our adult class. And I would encourage you to be there for that. All right, Brian and Cindy, good morning to you. Have a great day. Cliff and Karen, good morning to you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Perry, good morning. Viv, good morning to you. Greetings to you in California. Jean, good morning to you as well. Have an awesome day. Not sure how the leaves look downstate. We've got leaves changing color on the trees up here in northern Michigan, and it's beautiful. I love seeing the colors change on the trees there. Gene, hope things are well for you downstate. Geraldine and Dennis and Geraldine, good morning to you. Hope you guys have a great day. Shirley, good morning. Have a wonderful day. Bill, thank you for being on. Good morning to you. Lee and Angie, good morning. Hope you guys have a great day. Praying for you. David, good morning to you as well. Ingrid, good morning to you. Love you. Have a great day. And kids watching as well. And then Charlie and Marcia, thank you for being on as well. Good morning to you. All right. If you have not done so already, be sure to like it, share our video, and then if you haven't commented, please comment. All right. Lord bless you all. Lord, one will see you tonight.